Welcome to Pocono Raceway in Pocono, Pennsylvania, site of tonight's Sidecar Cup Series race. Drivers out on track for qualifying. 12 car field for you so far today. Casey Graves there in the 01 car. 5 cars on their first time lap. Cliff Mullins, Carl Rotman, Travis Martin, and Daniel Llewellyn. Completing their first laps. Cliff Mullins across the stripe there. Casey Graves just behind. See where they populate the timing charts here. Casey Graves goes faster than Cliff by a tenth of a second. Daniel Llewellyn. Travis Martin. Ghostman goes top of the charts. Nice lap there from Travis. 54.660. Oh, he gets the wall on lap number 2, so he won't be able to improve. Daniel's second quick right now in the 712 brake Chevy. Cliff's second lap, top of the charts at a 54.639. Dethrones Travis Martin. Daniel goes slower on lap number 2. Casey Graves slower on lap 2. Carl slower on lap 2. Ian, he'll probably pick up here. We'll see how much. Oh, Ian in the wall. Ian won't be picking up. Quinn Newton on his time lap. A minute left in qualifying. What can Quinn Newton do here in 88? Quinn goes 6 quick. Cliff Mullins, Travis Martin, Ethan Evers, Daniel Llewellyn, Casey Graves, your top 5. And that is going to do it for qualifying. Cliff Mullins will be your pole sitter for tonight's Pocono Raceway race. Tricky Triangle 300, 120 laps around Pocono Raceway. Right now we're watching to see if Briscoe has enough gas to get back around and get this win at Pocono. You got enough gas. Briscoe. Gonna get the win there. Let's jump over and we'll chat with Cliff. Well, did not put you down as potential pole sitter, but here you are with the pole at Pocono. How the hell did you do that?
Drove really fast, and the usual fast guys decided not to show up. So it's amazing what happens when you don't have guys out there cheesing all the time. So every now and then we can get a pole.
Yeah, you did it on lap 2. Everyone else was faster on lap 1. What was your strategy there?
I screwed up the first lap, so I went balls out in the second lap.
There you go. All right. Well, congrats on pole here. What do you think about 120 laps around this triangle?
I did 160 yesterday. Would have been all right, but hopefully iRacing doesn't kick me out like it did last time. If we can just not get kicked out of this, then I think we'll have a shot for it.
Alrighty, good luck, sir.
All right, thank you, man.
Cliff Mullins in a 37-year pole sitter here at Pocono. 12-car grid. And will be led to the green flag by that number 37 of Cliff Mullins as we run through our starting lineups. There is Cliff's number 37, Curly's Guns and More black and orange Chevy. Travis Martin starts alongside in the blue, white, and black Ghostman Ford. Ethan Evers in the teal and pink number 8 Evers Fever Podcast Machine starts in the 3rd spot. Daniel Llewellyn 712 Brake Chevrolet starts in 4th. Casey Graves Low Drag Toyota starts in the 5th spot. Carl Rotman in the Sociable Ford roll off in the 6th. Quinn Newton in the 88 712 Brakes Chevrolet starts in the 7th spot. Jeremy Scherer the Haviland Ford starts in 8th. Ian Montrose C2X Chevy starts in the 9th spot. Lucas Weisma Bushlight Ford starts in 10th. Travis Scripture and his Toyota starts 11th, and Dave Weisma in the Sidecar Realtree Ford Mustang starts in 12th. 12 cars set to contend today's race here. Big old Pocono 3-turn triangle shaped racetrack. There is no turn 4. No matter how many times Dale Jr. tries to tell me there is. Dale Jr. will tell you the first turn is turns 1 and 2. And then the triangle, top of the triangle is just the tunnel turn, then get a number. And then the other 2 corners is 3 and 4. But what the hell, Dale Jr.? How much have you been smoking, sir? That's not how this works. If there's a turn, you number it. It's just what you do. Chevy Ford front row, couple Chevys row 2, then Toyota Ford in row 3. 2 Toyotas in this race. A lot of Fords on the outside row. 1 Chevy and the rest are Ford on the outside. Green flag out in the aisle here for Pocono Tricky Triangle 300. We watch Cliff Mullins, Travis Martin lead us down to turn 1. Big fan out there as Carl Rotman goes way up the hill. He's going to lose several spots. Oh, Ian Montrose gets him with Lucas there. Like a little door contact. They get that sorted. Cliff Mullins lost the lead to Travis Martin. The outside line prevails. Cliff full sends. Has to get out of it as he just about knocks down the wall right in front of Daniel Llewellyn. Top 3 have gone single file. Ethan Evers battling Jeremy Scherer for 4th. See Lucas Weisman trying to push Ethan past Scherer. Pulled there through wide and may not know it. Jeremy Scherer started to come down and gets bodied up towards the wall there. Stays out of making contact with the wall as Lucas Weisman and Ethan Evers get side by side. It's kind of quiet. No one said anything weird. Definitely had it unmuted. Casey Gray is the only one not up in formation. And Newton to his outside. Lucas working on Daniel and Cliff, taking a look back inside Travis Martin. Action suddenly develops at the front of the field. Cliff drives it in there and it will clear Travis. Now he has to pay the price on corner exit speed, and Martin back to the inside, coming off turn 1, down the short chute, heading towards the tunnel turn. Cliff on the outside has to get way wide. Daniel gets the outside wall, which collects Lucas. Lucas is going to get spun around in the 4 car, gets into the outside wall. Ian Montrose gets into him, and our first caution waves. Travis Scripture gets a piece of it as well in the 18.
No, you're good. I tried to gas it to stay out of the inside wall, and it went way more right than I thought it would. I'm sorry I went up in front of you guys.
And that is our first caution. When Daniel caught the outside wall and bounced back in. Yep, 3 laps in. Let's go back and take a quick look. Daniel gets off the wall into Lucas there, and then Lucas goes for a ride, tries to hold the brakes. Ian collects him, unfortunately, and then as he collects Lucas, then slides down into Scripture, and Scripture goes around.
Hey, Dave, does my rear end look messed up at all?
No, I don't see anything.
Looks normal and fine.
Sweet, thanks. It says I got a 4X through that, and I'm like, I don't have a meatball, so I don't know.
Hoytsman and Montrose do have meatballs. Those cars
Sorry
have to
about
take
getting into you there,
repairs.
Carl. I tried to avoid Ian, but had nowhere to go.
No, it's all good. That was kind of just a cluster.
Accurate. A cluster indeed. Well, Mullins maintains the lead over Martin, Llewellyn, Evers, Scherer, Newton, Graves, Rotman, Dave Hoytsman, and Travis Scripture. All those cars stayed on track, not picking up meatballs, but Scripture's nose is in rough shape. Sure, we'll see him come down this time around. Probably everybody. Top off the tank. If someone really wants to lead a lap, Quinn Newton might be that guy. Quinn Newton has stayed out. He'll get a lap led. Daniel Llewellyn. He missed his box a little bit. Montrose able to clear his meatball and get back out there and stay on the lead lap. Lucas Hoytsman not as lucky, still serving the meatball. Required repairs as he sits there and waits for the crew to get that fixed. He has lost 1 lap. Hayden Law is taking provisional for today. Wasn't feeling very good when he talked to me earlier in DMs. Forgot who the other driver was that took a provisional. Let me take a look in the DMs in Discord. Other one was Russ Harold. 19 car has provisional today. I think Matt Benke will also not be here tonight. We are race control then. Lights out on the pace car. We got 7 cars in formation ready to go. The other one's working on damage repair. Back on the pit lane, Daniel Llewellyn, Dave Hoytsma. Gas and go for the 79. Gas and go for the 32. Script hustling it around, trying to catch back up to the field. See that right front corner still pretty damaged on that 18 Toyota Montrose. He got the right front corner. Car looks okay. A little bit of weirdness going on the left front, but that's because of the paint scheme. Lucas, little right rear damage. Looks better shaped than Travis Scripture does on the front end, at least. See if that Ford can be competitive. 1 lap down, he may soon have Travis Scripture to pass if that car doesn't get a caution and extra repairs on that 18 car. That right front poking out like that is not going to be good for the aerodynamics of that Toyota. It's going to be a Mullins and Newton front row. All Chevy. 2 Fords on the next one. And Toyota Chevy on row 3. Why is Discord making noise at me? You're supposed to be quiet, Discord. Green flag back out on the air as we get started once again here in the Tricky Triangle 300. Quinn Newton, the outside line, going to get quite an advantage down into turn 1. Just remember, Quinn stayed out on this restart, so he was controlled car. Chose the outside. One's on the inside with Travis Martin right on his back bumper. Newton will get clear. Quinn Newton to the race lead. Cliff Mullins almost to the outside wall. Very close. Don't think he hit it. Did have to get out of the throttle though. That allows Travis Martin to the inside. Ghostman completes the pass on Cliff. Casey Graves and Ethan Evers saw Casey struggling for grip there on the outside of 3. Lucas's car is quite competitive after the meatball. Stuck a lap down though, needs to get a caution to get back on the lead lap. Ethan Evers, Carl Rotman battle for the 6th spot. Carl on that outside, drifting back. Ethan's gone through, as has Dave. Now Ethan trying to work on Jeremy Scherer for 5th spot. On board with Mr. Ethan. See what it's like to ride in 6th. See a battle going on just ahead. Casey Graves and Cliff Mullins are side by side, the 01 and 37 machines. Oh, it's Quinn Newton with a hard left. Quinn's on the pit lane. I wonder if he got a black flag. I don't see one on my board. He may just call it quits from the lead of the race. That was very strange. Leading the race, pulled it down the pit lane, and out he goes. Hands the lead to Travis Martin. But it's Travis Martin, Cliff Mullins, Ethan Evers, and side by side Dave Hoytsman and Jeremy Scherer for the 4th spot. We share brushing the wall a little bit there. Now Haviland forward. Allows Dave and Casey to get by. Dave up to 4th, Casey into 5th.
I'm not doing that again.
Bit of a gap opened up between 3rd and 4th. Cliff Mullins trying to take the lead back from Travis Martin. Ethan Deaver's going to give him a push. Cliff up to 1st, even Ethan Evers takes over 2nd. Travis Martin drops to 3rd. We'll see if that's strategic, like if he wants to try and save a little fuel. It's right up behind Ethan Evers. Top 8 cars have no damage after that wreck. Ian Montrose, Travis Scripture, Lucas Weissma, 9th, 10th, and 11th did have to come down and work on repairs.
Sorry, I think it's got damage.
Those are the 3 cars, 9th, 10th, and 11th, that had that damage to work on. Fields come back together after the top 3 had kind of pulled away. Looks like maybe some saving going on up front. Steve Weitzman and Jeremy Scheer battling for the 5th spot. Sorry, I'm a little quiet today. My energy level is just non-existent. Have days like that when you have pots.
Be free.
Doing my damnedest for you guys. Carl and Daniel battle for 7th. Paul Rotman, Daniel Llewellyn. Carl holds on to 7th for now. Cliff Mullins out here, pole sitter leading laps. Lucas is back here with Montrose and Scripture. Those cars damaged in the wreck and seem to be not doing so great. Obviously the aero on that 18 with the tires sticking out, not good. Lucas a lap down ahead of them. 32 and 25 are going at it once again. Carl Robin and Daniel Llewellyn battle for the 7th spot. 10% of the race complete. $47 until we give away stage points halfway. Like Lucas Weissman has retired the 4 car. I'm losing cars quickly here. Cliff Mullins leads from Ethan Evers, and Casey Graves trying to put a move on the Ghost Man here for 3rd. Graves in the 01 Toyota. And right around the yellow line there. Turn 1. Travis Martin will get a good run off the top of turn 1, and that'll make him hold on to 3rd. That line's very, very powerful. You can drive it on that top side of 1 and 2. Exit of the corner, he gets so much speed. And you can draft down these long straightaways, this Gen 6 with those big rear spoilers, poking a big hole in the ear. 10 laps into the run, Cliff Mullins continues to lead. Let's see if he's good at multitasking. Fuck Ethan. Ethan, DG, you got a copy?
Yo.
Well, we're chilling in second spot right now. The number 8 Eber Fever Podcast Chevrolet. How is it out there so far?
My tunnel turn sucks. I can see Travis is way better than me in that turn. I'm probably holding him up a little bit, but I'm not trying to get too racy right now.
We got all that draft out there too down the straightaways. What's it like to be able to just pull right back up if you make a mistake?
That's probably what's messing me up actually, is getting too big of a draft, being too far back and then getting that big draft, screwing my entry up, which ultimately screws my exit up, you know.
So a little bit of overdriving, you think?
Yep. I need to settle in and get better at this here racing deal.
What's the fuel numbers looking like?
Well, it should be just a 4-stopper, around anywhere between 26 to 30 laps.
All right, well, settle in, get in there, and get yourself a good finish. How about it?
I appreciate it.
Second place, Ethan Weaver's giving us a quick chat. Meanwhile, Casey Graves is taking over the 3rd spot. No, Cliff has vanished. Cliff has reappeared. Cliff has vanished. Cliff has reappeared. Cliff has vanished. Is it storming where you're at?
No.
Okay, you're blinking like hell.
No, it went away.
Info. Good luck.
Okay.
Make sure he knows. Travis Martin trying to get a run here on Casey Graves, looks like. Quite have anywhere to go with it, so they say he's sucked in line. Travis kind of enters high and stays high and exits high on that tunnel turn, and Ethan said it's been working for him. We'll see if he continues to do that all race long, or if it's just kind of a oopsie like Daniel just did. Daniel all the way up to the wall there in turn 3. He'll get a good drive off, but man, that is not the line that you want to take. I'll start getting the good drive down here, and Dave Hoyson was taking his car to the pit lane. And Dave has retired from the race, my goodness. Who's Casey Graves, the only one running for his team. Seven cars in the lead pack, plus 2 damaged cars, 8th and 9th. Contrast in scripture. We've lost a lot of cars here early. What up, Cody? People falling out of the race quick. Yellow.
Who that?
I mean, who dat? What the fuck?
No. I couldn't hear it. I just heard, that's all I heard.
Well, I wanted to ask if you guys are opposed to shortening to halfway, since there's literally 7 cars that are in this thing.
I don't care anymore.
It's kind of how a lot of people feel, I think. Anybody opposed?
No,
Ethan?
I'm not opposed.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right. I will go
What's
on
halfway?
60
60.
Okay.
for your fuel numbers. Let me move on to that slow drag because there's only one car in there left running. Hey, Casey.
Yep.
Riding there in that third spot. How we feel so far about the race?
This sucks.
Why does
You
it suck?
can't pass, and the thing is tighter than freaking something that would get me kicked off Twitch.
All right. Well, I have a proposition for you.
Yeah,
How about we run half this race and say fuck the rest of it?
I would 100% be for that.
All right. That's what we're going to do then, as long as 10/10 is good. So I'll go ask them.
All right.
Hello.
Oh.
How's
Hello.
how's the 10/10's crew doing?
What we're doing?
I have a
Figure it out.
proposition for you guys. I heard the cars kind of ass. The passing's difficult. The setup's ass. And there's very few cars here. So I was offering you guys a half race.
Punch the field back up, otherwise you're not really giving me a chance to get back into it. Might as well
A what?
It's going to cut half the laps off the race and shorten it to 60 lap race.
I'm game if everybody else is. I mean, I don't want to be the only one holding.
Oh no! So far everyone's on board.
But yeah, I mean, that's what everybody else is up for. If everybody else if the majority vote is yes, I'm a yes. If everybody wants to keep going, let's keep going. Ow.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
All right. Well, that means everyone's on board, and we'll shorten it to 60.
Just do it.
We're doing it.
Roger that, Dodger.
Do it.
Doing it. It's a race into lap 60. A rain forecast in the area. We'll be racing to lap 60. End of lap 60. Travis Martin, Daniel Llewellyn going at it at 4th spot. I don't know why we'd bunch the field back up. It's just like we're cutting the race off. NASCAR wouldn't bunch the field up because rain's coming. Doesn't make sense, Ian. I mean, we could do it for funsies. Jeremy Shearer starting to drift back a little bit in the 7th place. Leaves the 6 cars in the lead group. Maybe 7 laps to go. Now 36 as they cross the line. And there you see the field stretched out from turn 1 to turn 3. Huge track, like 2.5 mile track. Casey Graves getting tight. Oh, one car pushed out towards the outside wall. Daniel Llewellyn followed him up there. Travis Martin ducks to the inside, taking the 4th spot from Daniel Llewellyn. Now he's got eyes set on trying to get Casey Graves. He's going to enter lower than he's normally been in the tunnel turn. Only Travis has been to the top side. Daniel catches the wall coming out of turn number 2. That'll give up the 5th spot to Carl Rotman. Casey Graves and Travis Martin battle for the 3rd spot as Cliff Mullins and Ethan Evers 1 and 2. top two have opened up about a half second over Casey Graves, Travis Martin, Daniel Lawala, Carl Rotman. Casey's car building really tight. Starting to struggle and push quite a lot, you can tell. See him just can't keep the car down on corners.
Go ahead, Air Travis.
Gonna let Travis Martin by.
Let's try to catch him here. See if we can work together.
I think you're going to be better out front than I am. My tires are pretty gone.
About 4 laps away from pit stops. Travis will get out front. Casey will try to use the draft on the straightaways to keep up because I heard his right front is already kind of cooked. Now behind Travis Martin's going to get even tighter. 108 degrees. That's hot as fuck, Cody. Way too hot. That'll shift everything. Stage will be at the end of lap 30. Ace will be to halfway into lap 60. Elon shows to the pit lane. Here's your leader. There's third and fourth, plus fifth and sixth all bunched up. Yeah, Casey's car is still pushing hard. Right front seems to be cooked on the 01. I think Montrose has given up the 8th spot and taken his car out of the race. Change what that says. I can't. Can't change it. So halfway is what we're racing to. And 32 to go is to the end of the race. The race has been shortened. Wall and Carl Rotman battle once again. Ethan and Cliff, 1 and 2 still. We're reaching lap 26. Right here. Probably want to go another 2 more if they want to make it to halfway, but I don't know if they have the fuel to do that. Very difficult to save enough fuel at a 2.5 mile track like this with a lot of long straightaways. Front stretch is the longest straightaway in NASCAR. Back stretch is still up there, the longest straightaways in NASCAR. Second pack is catching slowly. Casey Graves working well with Travis Martin. They lose a little bit of ground coming out of the tunnel turn. Carl Rotman to the inside. Travis is coming to the pit lane. Gets the 63 woed down, and he'll be the first of our lead lap cars to pit here. Jeremy Shearer did also complete stop with the Haviland Ford.
Sorry, I was pressing the wrong button. I was trying to call out. I'm sorry about that, Casey.
No, you're good. It didn't hurt me. I kind of figured it out.
I kind of figured it out. When the car in front of you went to the pit lane, yes, that's a good indication that he's pitting. The 10-10's teammates have completed their pit stop. We have Daniel pitting on his own 32. I imagine we'll see the top 4 pit this time. Mullins and Evers, your top 2, 3/10 separate them now. Casey Graves, Carl Rotman getting by. Sociable Ford up into the podium spots as he's working inside the 01 Toyota. And Casey Graves makes that sharp left into the pit lane, as do our lead 2 machines. Cliff Mullins and Ethan Evers on pit road. Green flag stops underway. Top 3 on the pit lane. Carl Rotman stays out. Travis Scripture on pit lane. Scherer and Martin have already completed their stops, and there is your race leader, Carl Rotman. Going 29 laps on his run. Daniel Llewellyn retired from the race. There's 7 cars left. Extra spot for Travis Scriptures. People keep falling out. Race off the pit lane. There goes the 2 that already pit. Shearer and Ghostman go by. Now Evers and Mullins are pushed to try and catch up to them. Carl stays out another lap. He keeps going. Household 26 is about as far as she can push it, but here you go. 30 laps on this stint for Carl. You see in the background, nobody. 30-second lead over this group. And they've already made their pit stops. Travis Martin and Jeremy Shearer. So they trade that second spot. And you have Mullins and Evers. Evers trying to push Mullins back up to the other 2. Those 4 cars will start doing draft trains down the straightaways. Jeremy Shearer kind of falling back. Half second off of Travis Martin. See Casey Graves. Something happened with him. A little bit slower on and off the pit lane, and he is nowhere near anybody for the draft party right now. He's probably pretty happy at the moment that we're shortening this thing. Everybody but Carl Rotman's completed their stop here. 7 cars still running. And there's our leader on the pit lane. Sociable Ford will come down and take on 4 fresh tires, tank of fuel, and make it to the end. Nice and clean into his box. Everyone's stops been between 14.1 and 14.7, so the pit stops have been real competitive. Travis Martin jumping out to a 7/10 lead over now Cliff Mullins. They go by Carl Rotman, relegate him down to 5th and then 6th. There's Travis Scripture still with that damaged right front. Was 12th, now he's up to 7th by a whole lot of people quitting. Jeremy Shear, Ethan Evers, Cliff Mullins, Travis Martin, those four are the ones left in this lead group, and Jeremy Shear right at the back of it. He might be in danger of losing it if he can't get this thing to hang on here. Yeah, I think he just lost the draft. We're down to 3 cars in the main draft. 24 to go. Mullins looking for an advantage here, going to the inside into turn 2, the tunnel turn. Side by side down the short chute. We go into 3. Trying to get a late apex on that turn 3, and he clears the Ghost Van, takes the race lead. So nicely done there by Cliff Mullins. Able to take the race lead. Ethan Evers there in the 8 car, riding in 3rd. Jimmy Shear, Casey Graves, Carl Robin, Travis Scripture, the ones left in the race, all in lead lap. Casey goes Ethan Evers to the inside of Travis Martin. Ethan has 2 lap fresher tires. Not sure if that plays a factor here. A huge advantage. Travis drops to 3rd. Could be trying to conserve a little bit. And the 2 that were top 2 before the pit stops become top 2 once again. Cliff Mullins leading Ethan Evers. 22 laps to go. Casey Graves is reeling in Jeremy Shear for that 4th spot. There's Shear and Graves. And the way they get off the corner there, that's going to be over quickly. Shear a little slow off turn 1. Casey Graves able to power by and takes the 4th spot. Riding with the Ghost Man. Long front straightaway. Drop on down into turn 1. Through the tunnel turn 2, then onto the short chute. Turn number 3. Kind of pushing up a little bit there. Overdrove the entry just slightly. Exits of 3, and that's going to kind of hurt him all the way down that long front straightaway. See the gap opened up by the top 2. Ethan and Cliff working together in this race, running 1 and 2. And staying lock and step with Cliff Mullins. Travis Martin just trying to stay in the draft at this point. Only 2 laps difference on the tires. Seems to be playing quite a role. Normally lapping in 55.3s. For the quick laps, these cars are running 56.1s and 56.0s. About 6 cents fall off. Martin's in danger of losing that top 2 draft. Ethan running 1 lane higher than Cliff through the corner. I don't know if he's trying to keep air on the nose or just kind of botch the quarter entry. We got podcast cars first and second. Remember, racing to halfway, so 18 to go. Out of turn 1 onto the backstretch. They used to not have catch fence around there, and animals would just hop through. Cliff seems a little better through 3. See him trying to break the draft. Cliff really drove it in there and won. Ethan got back to the throttle a little too early though. Had to get out of it, get out of the corner. Mullins gets away with that little overdrive. Ethan knew he cooked that one. He saw back way out of it. Let's go allow Mullins to try and scoot away into his best corner. And turn 3, Cliff, knowing those short track tricks, likes to get a late apex here and straighten out the corner exit and get a good drive off. We'll see if Ethan can stay in the draft. Cliff will probably try to break that draft again. There he goes. Not as extreme as last time. Trying to shake Ethan off that straightaway draft. Gaps opened up to close to half second. Ethan did pretty good there in 1 and 2 in turn 1. Almost I was 1 and 2 like the other junior. In turn 1 there. Boy, it was up to that half second. He's made up 2 of those tenths just in 1 turn. This is where Cliff's really good. Turn 3. Ethan may go back to the throttle too early there. Able to manage it pretty well. Just kind of stayed about 80% throttle for a long time to fix that. And this is where Ethan's been good. Down here in 1. Let's see if we can catch back up here. You hear him get back to the throttle a few times there and feather it. Didn't quite get his normal run through one. Slip back from Cliff. Everyone else pretty spread out. Casey Graves starting to close in on Travis Martin for third. So now 1.6 between those two in closing. Cliff had a really good turn 3 that time. Here's the gap. Travis Martin back to Casey Graves. That battle's starting to tighten up.
Sorry, Travis. I didn't know where you're going.
You're good, dude. The car literally wouldn't turn, so I don't know what was going on. Like, I was full lock to the left and it just wouldn't turn.
It sounds like the right front may have let go on the 63 car. Let's see what happens to him. Oh yeah, he's pushing hard out of turn 3, and I think he wanted to, I don't know, thought about pitting, then thought about not pitting maybe, and then fortunately missed the tire barrels. He's on the pit lane. I'm sure he'll bolt on 4 fresh tires on that thing. With Mullins, Ethan Evers, Carl Rotman, Casey Graves. Carl was able to take advantage of Casey Graves and Travis Martin getting together, moves up into the podium spots. Casey lost 2 seconds on that contact with Travis Martin. That allowed Carl Rotman to get right in there. Remember, Carl stayed out later than everybody, so he does have the best tires on track right now until Travis Martin gets back out there. He'll run it out to the end, I'm sure. No one else really needs to pit, so Travis may be kind of stuck there in 7th. Back to the front, Cliff Mullins has now put a full second on Ethan Evers. Ethan's last lap was a half second worse than Cliff's, and he opened up the door, and that has allowed Cliff to get out of the draft. Across the line, it'll be 10 laps to go. Mullins is your leader by 1.1 over Ethan Evers. That may be all he needed. Carl's got 7/10 now on Casey Graves. Casey burned up the right front on that last run. We'll see if something similar is going on here, although he did have that contact with Travis Martin as well. May have damaged that right front just slightly on the 01 True Speed Toyota. Jimmy Scherer in the top 5. Haviland Ford on the lead lap in 5th. Travis Scripture, that damaged right front from that lap 4 wreck. He's been out there soldiering on, and now he's in the top half of the field by not being a quitter. Great job, Travis Scripture, sticking with it, even with the damaged race car. And I know it's boring as hell. Up there in the top half of the field. Travis Martin, after that little contact with Casey Graves, said his right front was just cooked wouldn't turn. So he bolted on 4 fresh tires, and he'll run out the race here to get it to the end of lap 60. That's a cool shot. 1.3, and Cliff Mullins starting to pull away. As Gerald Waltrip used to always say, no more pit stops and you're pulling away. Across the line for Cliff Mullins, 8 laps to go. Ethan Evers in second, Carl Rotman 6 seconds back from Ethan in third. Keep an eye on that gap, see if it's changing at all. Then Casey Graves in fourth. He must have picked up some damage. That right front looks a little pushed in. It seems to be definitely negatively affecting the 01 machine. Looks like he'll just ride it around to get it back home. Across the line one more time, 7 to go for Cliff Mullins. Maintains a 1.6 second edge over Ethan Evers in second. Fall off definitely coming into play. Cliff Mullins running 57.7s 20 laps into the tire run. 2.5 seconds of fall off. That's crazy. Fastest car on track, Travis Martin, after coming down a few laps ago. He's running 56.4s. We shall see if Scherer has enough fuel to get to the end. I think he should. I think cars went 30. He'll have to go 30 or 31. Can't tell which right at the moment. Cliff beat me in a race here in a Dallara IR18. Bring that up. It wasn't an IR18, was it? It was the older one. But anyway, it was a Dallara Dash. And I got protested in that race. Scott paid me to go wreck him, so I did. He still finished ahead of me because I was lap down. I had to wait for him to come around. It wasn't Cliff that protested me, is the best part. Some other random guy in the race. It was like, yo, this guy just took out the leader. And onto Lara Dash. Imagine. Five to go. 5 laps to go. It's amazing how many people hate Pocono. I like trucks here. There's this really fun race, but and Indy cars here is really fun. Closest battle on track is the battle for 5th. Jeremy Scherer and Travis Scripture. Scripture is running down Jeremy Scherer for the 5th spot, even with that damaged right front. Scherer lets him have the inside. Script with 5 lap fresher tires wraps the inside, and he'll take over that 5th spot. Next closest will be Cliff Mullins and Ethan Evers, but that's 2.2 seconds apart. You should see Cliff Mullins still pulling away. Oh, Rotman's starting to catch Ethan Evers, but I don't think he has enough time. It's 4.7 and closing. Two and a half laps to go, really. Think he'll be alright. We're just about settled into our finishing positions here. As long as nothing crazy happens. Two laps to go, two. Gap to Ethan now, 2.7. Jeremy Shearer's hit the pit lane. Maybe giving up the spot to Travis Martin here right at the end. And he did. Travis Martin moves up to 6th. White flag, white flag, white flag. Here's your top three: Mullins, Evers, Rotman, Graves, and Scripture. This is Damaged Car up into the top 5. Shout out to him for sticking with it, because broken cars are no fun to drive. Travis Martin 6th, Jeremy Shearer will be 7th. Into the final turn, turn number 3 for Cliff Mullins in the 37 Curly's Guns and More Chevrolet. Now he comes of turn number 3, and he'll do the swerve down the front stretch. Gets the victory here at Pocono in the Tricky Triangle 300. Ethan Evers bring it home in 2nd, and Carl Rotman bring his number 25 car home in 3rd. That's your podium here. Checkered flag, checkered flag, checkered flag. Cliff Mullins gets the win. Congrats to Cliff. Pull him in for his chat.
Good win, Cliff.
Cliff, DG, you got a copy?
That's right, Cliff.
Yeah, I got one.
Casey.
Well, congrats on the rain-shortened victory here at the Tricky Triangle. How did you get it done out there? How did you start to pull away from Ethan there at the end?
Got him in the wake of the dirty air, and I mean, we kind of had a little bit of a strategy there where it was, hey, we're gonna push out in front and make it a 2-horse race here, and especially after that first caution come out and took out a bunch of people. We kind of just said, we're just gonna try and duke it out between the two of us, and I'm so glad that this time that you wasn't in the chat this time to distract me like the IndyCar race and throw him another win. So this is kind of the redemption tour for me. But yeah, I mean, he got tight in behind me, and I think his one drive messed him up on going into the tunnel turn. So even his computer wanted me to win this race. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. I mean, I probably would have. I mean, it was better than doing 120 laps of this because my strategy was still going to be the same.
Yeah, and it was probably just going to be this, but twice as long, Probably wouldn't have changed the damn thing.
That's exactly what it was going to be. I was 2 laps to the good, and I was like, every 30 laps, I'm going to be 2 laps to the good, so we're just going to keep doing that the whole way through.
Yep. Well, congrats on the victory here at Pocono. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for us.
Yeah, got to thank Curly's Guns and More, Pinnacle Trailer Sales, Spin Venom Podcast. Yes, we are fixing to do a new one. Ethan Evers with the Evers Fevers podcast. We're probably also going to do that at the same time. And then let's see, Midnight Performance. Got to thank Jaron, Alicia, Emily, all these animals around here for watching me do this and having me sweat over here and cheering me on and barking in the background and everything.
I think you got AC Racing graphics in there, but just in case you didn't, AC Racing graphics as well.
Adam, I need a new paint for this thing because as we're well, I don't know, hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, the other paints have a different reason for getting refreshed, so we might keep this one. I don't know. But yeah, we got a whole new look coming out for us, and that's gonna be pretty exciting to start rolling that out too.
Heck yeah! And what is it about Pocono? You're always pretty good here.
I don't know. Ethan was talking about it during the race, and I was like, I don't know what it is about here. I used to be absolutely god awful at saving a right front here, but over the past probably 6 months, this is one of the tracks that I just seem to always be able to keep the right front on it. Not to mention, I've also done 2 other races. So I've had an 8th place in an Xfinity race. I've had a 30th in a Cup race, but we're not going to talk about that one. And then to get the win here today. So it's been a full weekend here at Pocono, and to end it off with a win is pretty good.
And the real reason that you're excited about the race being shortened to half is because you don't have to worry about the other half of the race getting disconnected.
That's very true, because that was my biggest worry. Friday night did great. I mean, of course, I got a brand new PC. I'm not using Andrew's anymore, sitting over there on the table. So hello,
Proud of
Andrew
you.
over there.
Don't have
I got a new computer. Everything's worked great. Since they did the update, I've had 2 races now where it's absolutely frozen and just puts me in the wall. It happened at Auto Club last week with full length, and then it happened last night at Pocono with full length again. So about 130 laps, and she just quits.
That's crazy. Well, I'm glad you had to victory lane here. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you Thursday.
Yep, appreciate it, bud.
Cliff Mullins getting the victory here at Pocono in the Tricky Triangle 300. We're going to go track down Mr. Ethan Evers, who brought it home in P2. He's sitting right there for us. 8th and DG, you got a copy?
Hola.
All right. Yeah, I got 2nd place here behind that other podcast fella. What was it like out there? You 2 seem to be working really well together.
Yeah, we was until this pop-up popped up on my screen, and then I lost a bunch of time.
Yeah, I heard your PC tried to attack you.
Yeah, Cliff was very happy by that. Apparently he got his redemption. I forgot all about that race. And I was like, I guess my PC's against me too, because it gave me a pop-up. As soon as it did, it freaked me out because I've never seen the pop-up before.
Surprise!
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, it was fun, I guess. It's so sad that people don't like this series, because I do love these cars.
Right? And it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to do to get people to come out to them. I'm at a loss.
Well, some people complain about it being too long. Some people complain about being on what day. You know how it is. Everybody got something to complain about.
Oh, that's iRacing in general. Everybody's got something to complain about.
It is what it is, but hey, we got a P2 out of it, so.
That's right.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them. Congrats on that P2. You hit me with those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts.
Shout outs to Gearheads, even though I don't get to race with those guys much anymore. And I guess I'm a little bit of a Hayden now. I'm on a chance to, I guess. Shout out to them guys for bringing me aboard, though. They're fun to race with.
Yeah.
Cliff with that strategy there, because we were going to pit when Jeremy pitted, because I was afraid he was going to jump us. So,
aren't you glad you did?
Got that P2 out of that.
All
and then
right.
my dad was watching, I believe, so shout out to him.
Yeah, he usually watches. Shout out to Daddy Evers.
Yeah, and then you doing the broadcast.
Whew.
Appreciate
Right.
you.
What a
with
day.
all the bullshit you got to deal with, but
Yeah, well, we appreciate you. Thanks for helping sponsor the series, of course, and putting everything on for us. Hope you enjoyed your P2 run here at Pocono, and hopefully we'll see you back here. Maybe we'll get you out for a Thursday night SRX just for the shits and giggles.
yeah, it just depends on work, you know how that be.
Yeah, it's the Sobo. It's the last one, so, we'll see. We'll see if you make it. All right,
Yeah.
man. Take care. Appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Carl, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha. Hey.
Hi, how are you, friend? Podium finish, bringing it home in 3rd. What was it like out there, and how did you get this 3rd place finish?
I
I don't know. It was a lot of fun. Pocono is probably one of my top 3 favorite tracks. And yeah, I don't know. The start was a little chaotic, and I kind of made a bonehead pit strategy move, but other than that, it was great. Got a little luck when Travis and Casey got together, but you know what? If I can benefit off that, sweet.
Exactly. Well, hey, yeah, you didn't make the rules. You just drove by them, right? You go through there, pick up your 3rd place finish, and I believe it's your best finish of the season. So congrats on that.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited about that, and yeah, could have been a lot worse.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on that 3rd place finish. You got those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts for us, and don't forget your awesome community over there.
Oh yeah, thanks to my wife for letting me stream every Sunday. I stream every Sunday, twitch.tv /NASCAR64. It's a really clever name. But huge thank you to Eversphere's podcast for sponsoring this whole thing. Sidewinder Racing League, appreciate everything you do, DG, and everything that the community does. And thanks to Sociable Sideworks, a place that I work, for letting me put their brand on my car.
There you go. All right, that's how it works sometimes. We appreciate you, my man. Congrats on that P3 finish. Get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here next week, my friend.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Steve.
That is Carl Ratman in the 25, bringing it home in P3. Thanks to all the drivers and everybody for racing with us tonight. Everybody that came out, everybody that's watching it back at home, we appreciate you so much. Thank you once again. Run through our final results real fast. It's going to be a short one, so we got things overlaying each other. There we go. Cliff with the win. Ethan Evers actually getting the 2nd. That's correct. Carl Ratman 3rd. Casey Graves, Travis Scripture, Travis Martin, Jeremy Sherry, Daniel Allen, Ian Montrose, Dave Hoytza. The cars are still live running, so we had to make sure that actually showed up quickly. And then Lucas and Quinn, they got struggled early on with the wreck. Unfortunate for them. Rough night for those guys, but we'll see them back here again next week, I assume. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you tomorrow, because we're streaming every day. And that wraps up the old YouTubes. We only got one wreck to look at. Should be nice and quick.